Well, I'm taking people's advice and trying to keep out of trouble. I've been advised to do some research and bringing little bits out that I find interesting. So, as a trial, this is my first one. I was looking into this book, Greatest Man Who Ever Lived. Yeah, Jesus. And interestingly, the account of the prodigal son. Yeah. I suppose we could be looked on as prodigals, couldn't we? Gone off and enjoyed ourselves, then begged to go back. That's what some do. Very sad, isn't it? Anyway, what I've found, it's on page, the story 86, and the part I found most interesting hasn't got page numbers, so it's the one opposite that one. Story 87. Right. So they've gone through the account of the prodigal son gone off and come back, and the older son getting upset because his father's treated him so mercifully. And then it's now towards the end, it's given the who it relates to. Now on the second paragraph, it reads, "But who in modern times are represented by the two sons? It must be those who have come to know enough about Jehovah's purpose to have a basis for their entering into a relationship with him. The older son represents some members of the little flock, or congregation of the firstborn, who had been enrolled in the heavens. These adopted an attitude similar to that of the older son. They had no desire to welcome an earthly class of other sheep, who they felt were stealing the limelight." There, in their own words, those of the little flock don't like sharing the limelight with the other sheep. And that's fascinating. All those horrible qualities of that older son, they relate to the little flock. And earlier on, it talks about the scribes and the Pharisees, again being like the older son, who, like the older son, had been critical of the mercy and attention accorded sinners. Is it not the scribes and the Pharisees, since it is their criticism of Jesus because he welcomes sinners, that prompted his illustration? That clearly must be the ones represented by the older son. So the older son is represented by the scribes and the Pharisees, not wanting to see mercy given the sinners. And on the following page, it says the older son represents some members of the little flock. I'd say it represents all the members of the bloody little flock. Yeah, all the congregation of the firstborn, who have been enrolled in the heavens. These adopted an attitude similar to the older son. They had no desire to share the limelight. Ain't it crazy? Hey, how did we go through all these books and not see all this bullshit? It's amazing. Anyway, I'd just like to give my little opinion of the little flock. What a bunch of cowardly bloody crooks. Yeah, I'd see that poor brother who gave the account where his mum and dad were going up to the Bethel to do the transcribing, I think from Finnish. Anyway, the dirty bastard up there, one of the anointed dirty bastards, molested this poor little lad. Yeah, it's shameful. And what do they do to him? They gave him a nice little pension and send him off to somewhere nice and sunny like California to spend the rest of his retirement preying on other little children of Jehovah's Witnesses. Ain't it wicked? Did you see me video on the march? Hey, I thought I really enjoyed it, and I had no trouble whatsoever from the police, which was a relief. because I've been told that I've got this bloody warrant out for me. I've got the police saying they don't want me. I'm not on their record. And I've got the solicitors saying, you got to go hand yourself in. Like they don't want me either. Hey, I'm not wanted. And it's sad. Who wouldn't want a silly old git like me? Eh? Gotta laugh, ain't ya? Anyway, I've got loads of things in the pipeline. I'm having a little few problems with my bloody battle bus. I think it may be an injector problem. No engines. Anybody know about engines? Yeah, I believe it's the injectors. But when I start feeling better, I shall get onto it. I was up to see Leon yesterday, and he's not at all well. He's got glandular fever, or his tonsillitis maybe. But we're hoping it's not glandular fever. It's a terrible thing. So we're thinking of poor old Leon today. Hope he's feeling better. Actually, I'm going to give him a call in a minute. Anyway, having a great time trying to watch as many new videos as I can, and trying to be encouraging. It's a wonderful thing, people making videos. It's doing a great work. It's a great witness, and I'd encourage anybody, if you haven't done it, it's pretty easy. But I'm not much of a student, see, so I find little bits in books. But this is something I've been thinking about a long time. It didn't take me long, did it? No, we're doing little bits. Although other brothers and others have covered it so well, when you think of Mike and Kim, what a wonderful job they do of explaining. Hey, they're on the Apostate Hour this week, so I'm going to try to get up for it. I love Mike and Kim. So looking forward to the Apostate Hour. What else was I going to say? Oh, I had a great time the other day on that protest. Didn't get any problems whatsoever from the police. Nice as pie. Really enjoyed it. Wish I'd stayed right to the end now, because I jumped out about a third of the way, through it. But all in all, got no throwing of bricks and stuff like that, so I didn't feel at all threatened. It was very, very nice. And I'm looking to do more. So if anybody hears of any demonstrations, or I do want to get behind one of those MPs with my silly sign, I might get my signs out and do a special sign. It's got to be, I'm carrying a lot of signs, and like on the protests I come unstuck because I've got no one to hold it with, and I'll give it to that other fella, and he's put it, so I've been round the pub and asked for my sign. I just hope maybe he picked it up and took it home. I don't know who he was. I've met him somewhere, and that must have been the second time I've seen him. Yeah, he's so pleased to see me. It's made it sound like he'd come to march with me, special. But he got mates in that whoever it was. Bunch of fascists, weren't they? I weren't quite sure. I knew it was something like that, but I had a couple of comments asking me what am I doing with these people. Well, I'm just taking advantage of the situation. That's all. I got no. I don't like fascists, and I don't like racists. So but if I can jump in and hijack it, I think it worked all right. Tagging on the end. I was able to. I weren't having a very good day, really, to be honest. I was out of sorts. My voice weren't that good, I didn't feel that comfortable, and I was running out of things to say. I hadn't prepared myself very well. But maybe what I need to do is write notes. That's what I'll do next. I think I'll take a little notebook, because I didn't mention the Australian Royal Commission. There was loads on me. I seem to get stuck on stuck on one thing, and then soon run out of things to say on the subject. So I must diversify and have a notepad with different subjects. But I think we got ourselves noticed. I must do a sign for the vast apostate army. I must do. I must advertise them. But it was a good march. I really enjoyed it. That must have cost hundreds of thousands to all those streets. Hey, anything like that I could have tagged right on the end now. Did my own march. It was good, but it looks a bit silly with just me in it, doesn't it? See, it was a last minute thing. I'd heard about it the night before. My wife told me about it. She wished she hadn't afterwards. She just mentioned it in passing. Of course, I got all excited, and then she was all quiet for a little while. Didn't like. She'd given me a lead, you know, accidentally, as it were. She said that she wished she hadn't said anything when I went. She worries about me, you know, as I worry about her, as you do. Anyway, so I hope to do a lot more of those. I'll tell you a little bit about my life if you like. Anybody want to listen to anything about my life? No? Alright then. I want to finish it then now. It's going to be like that. You all have a good day. Stay strong.